So dear students, now let's have a look at the concept of divisibility and remainders of polynomials. So in this section we would be learning what happens when a polynomial or a, let's say, an expression involving more than one variable is divided by another expression involving variable. So it's like dividing a algebraic expression by another algebraic expression and then observing the quotient, the remainder, and whether or not the one expression is divisible by other. So such type of questions. So let's move to the first one. So the first question is the quotient of 8x cube minus y cube when divided by 2xy plus 4x square plus y square is how much? So quotient, so they want to know. So what is quotient, as you must be knowing? So what is quotient? So let's take an example to recall. So if I am dividing by 18, so if I am dividing 18 by 5, then we must understand that what is the concept of quotient, what is the concept of divisor. So 18 when divided by 5, so if you try to divide, so you will see that 3 is the remainder, so this is the remainder and this will be the quotient. So quotient means that how many times the complete division has taken place, and this 5 will be the divisor. So and this will be the dividend. So what is being divided is known as dividend, from which it is being divided is known as divisor. The complete number of divisions is known as quotient, and the remainder, of course you know what is remainder. So now let's see how can we solve this question. So okay, so the question being asked is what will come here, what will be the quotient when this expression is being divided by this one. So now look at the term of the dividend, 8x cube. Now look at the terms of the divisor. So this will what will help you to generate 8x cube. So 4x square has to be converted to 8x cube. How can that be done? Unless we multiply this entire expression by 2x. So what it actually means, if you multiply this entire expression by 2x, then you will get a term which will be 8x cube. So let's do that. So if you multiply this entire expression with 2x, then you will get 8x cube plus 2x y square plus 4x square y. So what is the motive? The motive is to subtract and cancel one term at a time. So if you now subtract this, so what you get is minus y cube minus 2x y square minus 4x square y. Now look at the term. So to produce minus y cube, you need to further multiply it with minus y, the entire expression. So if you multiply the entire expression by minus y, what do you get? You get minus y cube. So minus 4x square y, and if you multiply this by y, you will get minus 2xy square. So now if you subtract, so this becomes plus, this becomes plus, this becomes plus. Now if you subtract it, it is completely divisible. You will realize that it is completely divisible. So what is the quotient? Quotient comes out to be equal to 2x minus y. So this, in these cases, such cases, you will have to actually divide, manually divide and see. So now let's have a look at the another such questions. The quotient when this expression is divided by x plus 2 is this. So what is the value of a, b, c and d? So let's do the actual division and see. So x to the power 4 minus x square plus 7x plus 5. So this expression is being divided by what? It is being divided by x plus 2. So now let's see. So from x you have to reach x to the power 4. So that would happen only when you multiply it with x cube. So first we need to multiply with x cube and divide. So this entire expression is multiplied by x cube and subtracted. So this becomes x to the power 4 and this becomes 2x cube. So plus 2x cube. And now you subtract. Now if we subtract, it comes out to be this two terms will cancel each other out. So this is minus 2x cube minus x square plus 7x plus 5. So now what? From x you have to create minus 2x cube. How can you do that? You can do that by multiplying it with minus 2x square. Why did I choose so? Because I have to cancel, I have to create terms like this. So from x you have to create minus 2x cube. So that would happen only when you would multiply it with minus 2x square. So if you multiply it with minus 2x square, this would generate minus 2x cube, whereas this would generate minus 4x square. And then if you subtract, then you would see this minus minus plus, this also becomes plus. So you would then get 3x square plus 7x plus 5. So now what? From x you have to generate 3x square. How can you do that? You can do that by multiplying with 3x. So if you do that, you get here 3x square and here you get 6x. And now if you subtract, so this term gets cancelled and you are left with x plus 5. So you can see now what should be multiplied with x to create the first term? Obviously 1. So this is not a case of complete division. So complete division is not taking place here. You still have a remainder of 3. But at least you are sure what your quotient looks like. So this is what your quotient looks like. So if you compare it with the given expression, so a must be equal to 1, b must be equal to minus 2, c must be equal to 3 and d must be equal to 1. So 1, minus 2, 3 and 1. So this option is the correct option. So now let's move further. If x square is a factor of this given expression, then which of the following is correct? Now let us understand something. What is meant when it is given that one expression is the factor of other expression? Let us understand that first. So let's take an example. If it is given that x minus 5 is a factor of, let's say, x cube, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Let's suppose it is simply given that x minus 5 is a factor. If this fact is given, then how you should interpret this? What was the purpose of giving this information? The purpose of giving this information, or the step that you should take, is that it is being told that x minus 5 is a factor. It means this thing can be written as x minus 5 into something. So that's why x minus 5 is said to be a factor. So realize something. If you assume x to be equal to 5, if instead of x you write 5, so this would become 5 minus 5 and then the expression would become 0. So it simply means that if it is given that x minus 5 is a factor, then you can assume that if instead of x I replace 5 here, the entire expression should become 0. Understand why? So let's take an example. Let's suppose that it is given that x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. If you factorize this, it comes out to be x minus 3 into x minus 2. So if I am saying that x minus 3 is a factor of this expression, then I am trying to say that instead of x, if I put this to be 0, that means x to be equal to 3 in this expression, the expression should become 0. The value of the expression should then become 0. So that is the meaning. So now let's move to this example and see what is being conveyed to us. So this is the question. So it is being conveyed that if x square minus 1 is a factor of this expression, then which of the following is correct? So it is being conveyed that x square minus 1 is a factor. So it is being simply said that instead of x square minus being as a factor, you can simply consider that if x square is equal to 1, and based on this you substitute the values of x in this given expression, it should come out to be equal to 0. So it means x is equal to either plus 1 or minus 1. So if you put any of these values in the given expression, the expression must turn out to be 0. That would mean if I replace x with plus 1, so a plus b plus c plus d plus e must be equal to 0, or else if I replace x with minus 1, because x can be both values, plus 1 or minus 1, then also the expression must be equal to 0. So this was when I chose x to be equal to 1, then this is what I can conclude. If I choose x to be replaced with minus 1, then what will this become? This will become a minus b, because minus 1 whole cube will be minus, so a minus b plus c minus d plus e is equal to 0. So these two things can be concluded. So out of these two, what is mentioned in the option? So this is not mentioned in any of the options. So what is mentioned is actually this. So out of the given option, only this can be said to be correct. Now let's move further. If x plus 2 is a common factor of these two expressions, so when something is said to be common or said to be factor, you know what to do. It is said that x is a common factor of these two expressions. That means first you equate this to be equal to 0. Based on that you will get certain value of x. So it means let's assume let x be equal to minus 2. So if you put this value of x in both the expression, it should turn out to be 0, because it is given already that x plus 2 is a factor. I'm not interested in common factor part, but at least it is given that it is a factor. So if x plus 2 is a factor, so putting x is equal to minus 2 should reduce the expression to 0. So let's do that. Let's put x is equal to minus 2 here. So if you put x is equal to minus 2 here, what do you get? So minus 2 whole square is 4. 4 minus 2a plus b must be equal to 0. This is what we get from here. And from this one, we get, putting x is equal to minus 2, 4 minus 2b plus a is equal to 0. So these two things are pretty clear. So based on this, they are asking us to calculate the ratio a is to b. So let's do that. Let's subtract the second equation from the first one. So 2b minus 2a minus a plus b is equal to 0. So from here what it comes out to be? So 3b is equal to 3a. So from here it is very clear that b is equal to a. So ratio of a is to b 1 is to 1. Now let's move to next one. The remainder when this expression is divided by x plus 1 is 7. So when you try to divide this expression by x plus 1, so you have tried to divide by x plus 1, and this is what happened. You got minus 7 as the remainder. So how to solve this? So let x be equal to, or x plus 1 be equal to 0. So from here you can see let x be equal to minus 1. So if you replace x with minus 1 in the given expression, you should get minus 7 as the answer. So that is the concept. So now let's replace x with minus 1 in the expression. So it means 3x cube. That means instead of x I am going to write the value of x as minus 1. So 3x cube will now be written as 3 into minus 1 to the power 3 plus kx square. So x is what? Minus 1. Kx square plus 5x. So x is what? Minus 1. Minus 6 must be equal to what? Minus 7, because remainder is there. Remainder is minus 7. So it means if you put x to be equal to minus 1, this should be the answer. So let us solve this. So this is minus 3 plus k minus 5 minus 11. So this is what is given. So from here you can see that k is equal to minus 7 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3. So how much does it come out to be? So 11, 14, so k comes out to be equal to 7. Again, it is given straight away that x plus 3 is a factor of this expression. So if x plus 3 is a factor, it means if x plus 3 is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus 3, if you put this value of x in the given expression, the expression must reduce to 0, must equate to 0. Why? Because it is given that it is a factor. So now instead of x, you simply write minus 3. So it means minus 3 whole cube plus 3 into minus 3 whole square. So I am writing 3x square this way plus 4x. That means plus 4 into what? Minus 3 plus k. This must be equal to 0. So from here you can see minus 3 whole cube is what? Minus 27. So this is 3 into 9, 27. Minus 12 plus k must be equal to 0. So this cancels. So from here you can conclude that k must be equal to 12. So this is the correct answer. So now let's move to the next one. So let's see this question. So if this polynomial is divisible by x to the power 4 minus 1, then the value of p square plus q square is equal to what? Now you see, this is said to be a factor. So you know when an expression is said to be a factor, what is to be done? So x to the power 4 minus 1 is said to be a factor. So first let us equate this to be equal to 0. So x to the power 4 minus 1 can be written as x square plus 1 into x square minus 1. So this is x square plus 1 into x plus 1 into x minus 1. So this is in fact x to the power 4 minus 1. So you can safely conclude that these three are the factors of the given polynomial. It means if you assume x square to be equal to minus 1 and put it here, it should come out to be 0, or else if you assume x to be equal to minus 1 because of this and put here, the expression should turn to be 0, or if you equate this to be equal to 0 and then proceed, that means to proceed you can conclude either of this to be equal to 0 and replace that value of x in the given expression. The expression has to reduce to 0. So first I will try to put x is equal to minus 1 here, and then I will try to put x is equal to plus 1 here. In both the cases, the value of expression must be equal to 0. So first I am doing it for x is equal to plus 1. So if I am doing that here, so 1 plus p plus q minus 1 minus 1 minus 3, this must be equal to 0. So from here you can conclude that p plus q must be equal to 3, 5 must be equal to 4. So if I put x is equal to minus 1, then what can I conclude? So minus 1 to the power 6 is again 1 minus p plus q minus 1 plus 1 minus 3, this should be equal to 0. So this gets cancelled. From this one I can conclude that q minus p is equal to 2. So this is what we can conclude. Okay, fine. So q minus p comes out to be equal to 2. So if you add these two, you will get that adding 2q is equal to 6 or q is equal to 3. So if q is equal to 3, based on this, you can see that if q is equal to 3, p must be equal to 1. So q comes out to be equal to 3, p comes out to be equal to 1. Now what is being asked? P square plus q square. So p square is what? 9 plus q square is what? 1. So 9 plus 1. Answer is 10. Please remember the key funda. Whenever it is given that x minus a is the factor of these and that expression, the strategy should be, instead of this, you assume this to be equal to 0. That means you will get that x is equal to something. Now replace x with that value itself, and the expression should become 0. Then only it is said, na, it is factor. Now let's see how to solve this one. Given that the polynomial x square plus ax plus b leaves the same remainder when divided by x minus 1 or x plus 1, what is the value of a and b? So it is not a case of perfect divisibility or perfect factor. Remainders are there, but in both the cases remainders are same. That means if you are trying to divide by this or you are trying to divide by this, in both the cases remainder is same. Or in other words, if you are trying to put x is equal to 1 or x is equal to minus 1, in both the cases you will get the same answer. So putting x is equal to plus 1 and putting x is equal to minus 1 in this expression must give you the same value. So if I am assuming x to be equal to plus 1, what do I get? Then the expression becomes 1 plus a plus b. If you replace x with plus 1, then this expression will become like this. If you replace x with minus 1, then this expression will look like what? It will look like 1 minus a plus b, and both these have to be same because it is said it leaves the same remainder. So this must be equal to this. So from here what can you conclude? Let's see. So 1 and b are cancelled out and a is equal to minus a. From here a is equal to 0 or a is equal to 0. So only thing that you can conclude is a is equal to 0 and nothing can be said about b. So b has a free hand. So this must be the correct option. So you can safely conclude that a must be equal to 0 and nothing can be said about b. So the correct answer will be 0 and any integer. B can assume any value. So what is the value of p and q respectively if x minus 1 and x plus 2 divide this polynomial? So if x minus 1 and x plus 2 divide this polynomial, so then what will be the value of p and q? So let's try to solve this. So it means, so what does it mean? It means that since these two expressions completely divide, so it means if you put x to be equal to 1 or x to be equal to minus 2 in the given expression, the expression must become equal to 0, because it is said that it completely divides. So let's do that. So if I put x to be equal to plus 1 and then if I put x to be equal to minus 2 in the given expression, in both the cases the expression must become equal to 0. So let's do that. So if I put x is equal to plus 1 in this expression, it would then mean 1 plus 4 plus p plus q is equal to 0. So from here you can conclude that p plus q is equal to minus 5. And putting x is equal to minus 2 means what? Minus 8 plus 4 into 4, 16 minus 2p plus q is equal to 0. So from here you can conclude that q minus 2p is equal to what? Minus 8. So q minus 2p is equal to minus 8. So let's see. So if you subtract the second one from the first one, so minus plus plus, so you can see that 3p is equal to 3 or p is equal to 1. So if p comes out to be equal to 1, so therefore if p is equal to 1, then what is q equal to? So from here, so q is equal to minus 5 minus 1, which is equal to minus 6. So this is the correct answer. So simply put, if it is ever said that okay, this expression completely divides that polynomial, you simply equate this to equal to 0, then you will get certain value for x. You put that value in place of x and the expression must then become equal to 0. Okay, now, so if this expression is divided by 3x plus 2, then what is the remainder? So you are trying to divide it by 3x plus 2 and then you are trying to see that what will be the remainder. How to solve this? So equate this to be equal to 0, you will get a value of x. So from here you can see that x comes out to be equal to minus 2 by 3. So now you put this value of x in the given expression, whatever will be the answer will be the remainder. In case you get no answer, nothing, you get 0 as the answer, then you can say that okay, 3x plus 2 was a factor. So that is the concept. So in this case, to find the remainder, we will replace x with minus 2 by 3 and let's see what the answer comes out to be. So 3 into minus 2 by 3 whole to the power 4 minus 2 into x cube. So x is what? Minus 2 by 3. So this whole cube plus 3x square. So x is what? Minus 2 by 3 minus 2x plus 3. So let's solve this. Whatever will be the answer will become the remainder. So this is what? 3 into 16 by 81. So minus 2. So this is what? Minus minus plus. So this will become plus 16 by 27, because this is what? Minus 8 by 27. Now this is what? Plus, this will become plus. So 2 square is what? 4. So plus 12 by 9. This minus minus will become plus, plus 4 by 3 plus 3. So 16 3s are 48. So this is 48 by 81 plus 16 by 27 can again be written as 48 by 81. Now 12 by 9 can be written as 108 by 81, multiplying both numerator and denominator by 9. Now this can be written as 108 by 81, multiplying both numerator and denominator by 27. And then this can be written as 81 into 3 243 divided by 81. So let's see what this comes out to be. So this comes out to be equal to, so this actually comes out to be equal to 555 divided by 81. And this can further be cancelled, both are multiples of 3. So this will be 185 divided by 27. So this is the correct answer. So now let's move to next one. If x plus 4 is the factor, or rather x plus 4 is the factor of which one of the following expressions? That means we have 4 expressions before us. We have to decide that which of these 4 expression is completely divisible by x plus 4. In other words, if x plus 4 has to become the factor, it would mean that if you replace x with minus 4, that particular expression should give the value to be equal to 0. So put x equal to minus 4 and see that which of the following option becomes 0. Does this becomes 0? So this will become 16 plus 5. No, this will be all positive. Does this becomes 0? This will be positive. So this will be 16 minus 28 minus 44. So this again will not be equal to 0. What about this? This will be 16 minus minus plus. So 16 plus 28 and minus what? Yeah, this becomes 0. If you put x is equal to minus 4, this expression in fact becomes 0. So x plus 4 must be a factor of this expression. Anyways, let's verify the last remaining option as well. So this will be 16 minus 28 plus 44, again not possible. Okay, so this option C is in fact the correct option. Now let's move further. The remainder when 3x cube minus 2x square y minus 13xy square plus 10y cube is divided by x minus 2y is equal to what? The best way is, you want to find the remainder, then equate x minus 2y equal to 0 and replace it. So instead of x, you simply put 2y and see what remainder comes out to be. So in place of x, we have to simply put 2y. So the given expression was 3x cube minus 2x square y minus 13xy square plus 10y cube. Now what you have to do, wherever you see x, instead of x you simply put 2y, compute the answer, and let's see what the answer comes out to be. So this is 3 into 2y, that means 3 into 2y whole cube minus 2 into 2y whole square into y minus 13 into 2y whole multiplied by y square plus 10y cube. So let's see. So this is 8. So this is 24y cube minus 8y cube minus 26y cube plus 10y cube. So let's see. So 34. So this is 34y cube minus 34y cube. So comes out to be equal to 0. So if it comes out to be equal to 0, that means the remainder is 0. There is no remainder. So what you are trying out to find is actually the remainder. So the remainder itself came out to be equal to 0.